your engine for a Sony Computer Entertainment America production. Fasten your seatbelts for another Naughty Dog creation.
Hello everybody, welcome to my next Let's Play, and it's obviously going to be Crash Team Racing. And I just want to mention something I'm sorry about. Well, I didn't really lie about this. The whole fact of, doing Sly Cooper next. In my Mega Man, at the end of Wily Castle 4, I did say that I may or may not do Sly Cooper next. I want to make something mention as well. That top 10 list on my About Me section does not necessarily mean that I have to do that exactly right then and there. It just, because if that was true, then I would totally be breaking that rule, and I am breaking that rule probably. But it means that I can't do Jack until after I've done Sly, or I can't do Spyro until after I've done this, or whatever it could be. So, without further ado, let's get right into the next installment of Crash Bandicoot. This is actually the 4th game of the Crash Bandicoot series. As you can obviously tell, it was actually made by Naughty Dog, so it does count as a legit Crash Bandicoot game. Now, I'm not saying that any other game does not actually count as a Crash Bandicoot game, but these ones are actually made by Naughty Dog themselves. The last one. Okay, so of course you have our character selection. There's about like 6 or so right now, I think, or something like that. There are characters that you can unlock, and I will be trying to get all of them. I'll try to 100% this game the best I can, but we'll see what happens. First of all, we have Crash Bandicoot, who I'm personally going to play as. He is an intermediate kart racer. His speed is, of course, the same as his acceleration. His turn is the same. If you play kart racers, you would understand what that means. Dr. Neo Cortex is an intermediate. He is just like Crash. Every character has another character just like them in terms of speed and everything else. Like, for example, we had Cortex and Crash. We have Tiny Tiger. He is an advanced racer. He is very fast, but acceleration, what he makes up in speed, he lacks in acceleration and definitely turn. Not really good at turning. Coco is actually, she's an intermediate as well. Oh, well anyway, she's good. She's decent in speed, but she makes up more in acceleration and less in turn. Engine, same thing, less in turn, more acceleration and decent in speed. And then of course you have Dingodile, who's also advanced, who makes up in a lot of speed, not acceleration, and not turn. And then you have Beginner, which will be like best in turn, and then of course, well that was Polar. Then you have Purah, who's also good in turn. These characters came from Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3. Polar came from 2, Purah came in 3. As Coco's sidekick was Purah. And then also Polar was technically Crash's sidekick at the time. As always, I'm going to put my name in. I'm not going to, put any other weird random fucking names in. Also, if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back, I guess. Well, you're probably more likely used to how I do things around here. I do tend to cuss a lot. I'll try to keep that down considering that this is a Crash Bandicoot game, but wait a minute. What am I talking about? This is a Crash Bandicoot game. Of course I'm going to cuss. Like a monkey.
You can travel around this area and practice your driving.
I actually forgot to put on subtitles.
The dots
I'll do that
on the map
soon.
represent warp pads, which lead to races. When they flash, it signifies they are open to play. To access a racetrack, drive onto a warp pad that has an active warp vortex, and it will take you to the track start line. Finish a track in first place to win a trophy. As you collect more trophies, other tracks will turn on and open to you. Good luck, and drive fast.
God damn, does he ever shut up? Oh, thank you. Sorry, Aku Aku, but sometimes you just gotta shut up, man. There should be, like, subtitles. Where the hell is it? Stereo voice. Okay.
The
Well, I mean, you can look here and then you can do
To
that.
access a race
I always thought there was a way you could put those. I'll work with that later. Right now, let's just get into the game. It controls like any other kart racer, like I said, but what I like about this one, in terms of Mario Kart, is an actual adventure mode, kind of. You know, the funny thing about Crash Team Racing is it came around the time when Mario Kart was definitely popular, and it still is definitely popular. It's just that there's been a lot of kart racers, and very few of them who actually copied off of Mario Kart ever lived to tell about it, I guess you could say. Like Sonic, for example, kind of. I mean, Transformed is not a bad game, I just don't really like it that much as I thought I would. Well, then again, the cars kind of all look the damn same to me, so yeah, that's the one problem. I done fucked up already. I don't think I have to worry about any of that stuff. Anyway, how the basic controls work. X is to accelerate, R and L are to jump. If you jump and you see that bar in the bottom right corner, whenever that flashes red, hit the other jump button and whatever button that you're not using to jump with, and then you can use that to get more speed. But you can only do that 3 times in a row. And if you mess up, well, you messed up. I don't know why I was doing all that stuff. I'm just so used to getting all the crash tokens, which we will get into that later. The time trials, by the way, will I be doing them on screen? Probably not, considering that they are time trials, and just like Crash 3, I will not be doing those. The Wumpa Fruit, what they do, whenever you get more Wumpa Fruit, they act as if coins from Mario Kart, and where they actually give you more speed. And once you get 10 Wumpa Fruit, then your weapons will be extremely stronger, so, or they'll at least be better. Of course, judging by the items, I don't really have to tell you exactly what they do. I'm pretty sure you guys can figure that out later on in the game. Or you can probably tell what they're going to do. Of course, this green bubble shields you, you know, and all that good stuff, so. Make sure you focus on breaking the bounty crates, too. They definitely give you quite a lot of Wumpa Fruit. I believe like 5 or 4. Oh, they give you more than that. Oh yeah, the shields don't last very long either. They only last for a certain amount of period of time. So, yeah. Now you can see on my item screen, the Nitro box, it's glowing. That means that I have 10 Wumpa Fruit, so I can now place it down in front of something, and it will be extremely effective. Well, there you go. That's the first race. By the way, I will not be doing them by races. I'm going to be doing them by, you know, 20-minute videos. Kind of like how I've done every other Crash Bandicoot, every Crash Bandicoot game. I'm just going to be doing them each by video for how much other stuff I get in that section. I also want to mention, if you play as, like, any of the evil characters, necessarily, quote unquote, that girl over there will change into somebody else. I don't know who they are. I always consider that girl over there Tana, but I don't know for exactly for sure. And also, Uka will talk to you if you play on the dark side of the story. Oh, there it is. Oh, no, that's not it. Oops. Well, it's just Aku. He's just going to explain some tutorial stuff, so. I mean, talking over him is not a bad idea, but still. But yes, we actually gained a trophy from doing that one race. As you can see on the top, there are these things that say, like, there's a relic, there's a key, there's this trophy thing. The relics obviously will mean what they mean. They're going to be relics. I keep hitting circle because I was playing Lego Marvel Superheroes for recently. I've been trying to get back into that. Admittedly, the story part of it's pretty fun, but the open world kind of gets really dull and boring real quick. That's why I want to play Lego Batman, because those games look pretty damn fun. But I keep hitting like circle to break, even though it's technically square. I'll show you what that jump thing does. See, I hit L1 right when it goes red. Because I jump, and then I drift, and then I hit L1. You want to do this like all the time, because this could totally definitely help you. Those bombs, I don't really like them as much, but they are pretty good for getting weapons out of the box, like out of the other crates too. I about said box. How dare I? This is a Crash game. What do I think I'm playing? I don't know if it sounds like it or not, but I actually am kind of enjoying myself. This is an actual enjoyable Crash Bandicoot game. I know, right? Well, Crash 2 was enjoyable. Well, till a point. Yeah, till a point. Now, to get those trophies, you have to take place in first, no matter what. But you always have the option to go back and play those levels again. There's no life system, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. There are actually bosses in this game too, so that's why I enjoy Crash Team Racing, because it is a Crash game, no matter what. Oh my god, I am so rusty. Like, it's been forever since I've done this. If I was like maybe a few years younger right now, I probably could have. Totally lost. Totally lost. Yep. Definitely lost this one. Maybe. If I can hit Dingodile. Oh, what the hell? Why does everybody target me for? What the hell did I do? But yes, I am actually enjoying myself. Like I said, I do enjoy this game very much. Very much so, because this is a actual Crash game. Not because it's made by Naughty Dog themselves, but well, that's kind of one thing that does have to do with it. But one reason for sure that I like about it is it feels like a Crash Bandicoot game. It acts like a Crash Bandicoot game, where there's an adventure mode and you can like get like collectibles like relics and stuff like that, and trophies and all other kinds of interesting stuff. And we won. We totally won. That was all me right there. I want to mention something. Am I going to be doing another kart racer on this channel ever in my life? Probably. If anything, it'll probably just be Mario Kart. Like I said, Sonic and All-Stars, or Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing is not really that good of a game. The second one, at least, I don't think. Because the cars are really, really ugly in that game. I mean, they have, like, no differential to them at all, it seems like. And then you have the first one where Big's running on a scooter, for Christ's sake. That's pretty cool.
The TNT crate will fall off your head before it explodes.
But then again, what can I bitch about? I mean, Mario Kart's been doing the same thing, kind of, when that first started. But I would expect something different from a Sonic game, at least, you know. That's my idea. And the racetracks themselves are kind of ugly and boring, and just... the whole game itself is just kind of an ugly game. That I find. There's a lack of items and everything, and... yeah. Also, I want to show you something real quick. This screen right here, this is where you can save at. If Aku Aku would just shut up and let me explain it myself.
5 of these screens, 1 in each world section. When you want to load or save a game, go to one of these screens. To access it, drive up to the screen and stop. Then, follow the directions.
Okay. You know what's funny? It's looking at my Wario wallet. That kind of gave me the idea. And the impression of talking about Mario Kart a little bit. Should I even tell you guys what my history of Mario Kart is? I probably shouldn't. I'll just leave that alone. Well, I probably won't go as far as to tell you the whole history, but I'll tell you that I've played quite a bit of Mario Kart. 64 is my personal favorite. The second one. I actually played the Super Nintendo one with my friend, but that was emulated, so that doesn't really count, I guess. I also played 8 because my friend bought that one, and I also played Double Dash when we rented that. That's about it. I never really had any of the DS ones. I never really had anything for, like, I don't think there was anything for the Game Boy. I remember there's a Mario Party for the Game Boy. That was pretty interesting, but kind of, I don't know. I think it was alright. I mean, at least you had things you had to go for, like collect and stuff like that. And that's what I enjoyed about the old Mario Parties, especially Mario Party 4, is those presents that you can get inside the game, and that was really cool. Oh man, but I've been watching a lot of like Lego Batman Let's Plays recently, so I've definitely been kind of in this giant Lego mood and just wanting to play Lego Batman, because you know, as you guys know, I really enjoy the Batman series. Well, just Batman in general. You know, I really enjoy anything from Batman games or anything like Batman TV shows or whatever it might be. I did like Batman Beyond. I always thought that was a pretty interesting TV show. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me on that one, but I thought that was a really cool design of a Batman, a really more edgy Batman, I should say. Another thing, to avoid rockets, the best way to avoid a rocket is to have something that shoots out from behind. These embryo chemical looking things, they are wow, as soon as I just waste my thing too, you just have to shoot a rocket at me. I'm sure there's like another better way to avoid those, but knowing me, that's never a good idea. Okay. Anyway, Aku Aku or Uka Uka, depending on what side you're playing for, actually gives you a speed boost and a temporary invincibility, and also you can damage enemies when you run past them. I completely forgot to explain that when I got through this. So yeah. I want to mention one thing real quick too. I'm Okay, about the Sly Cooper thing. The reason why I did not start playing this one next, or that one next, I recently got back into playing Sly Cooper 2, and I just feel like that one's a much better game, necessarily. I mean, I could probably easily 100%, well, 75% I should say, because I've never actually gotten all the time trials on Sly Cooper 1. But I can easily play that game on this channel, it's just I don't really feel like it right now, considering that I am working on playing Sly Cooper 2, so I don't want to have to go through both games, you know, and I don't know. I just want to take a break from following that list for a little bit, which I've been doing a pretty decent job on, even though I've been adding and removing things and changing things around all of a sudden. But this game has been in like the very back of the storage room for videos to be done. So this game's been waiting a long time to be done. And I'm actually kind of glad that I got back into playing some Crash Team Racing. It's been quite a while. I believe that red one, that red chemical thing, or whatever you want to call it, that chemical bottle, whatever, I believe that does more damage than the green one, I think. I don't remember exactly what it does, but I think you can also throw it ahead of you too. I don't know. It's kind of like a banana peel from Mario Kart. And what I enjoy about Crash Team Racing, unlike, you know, that Sonic one down there, there's a whole lot of items to use, just like Mario Kart. That's what I love about the Mario Kart games, is the items. And the carts.
The turbo you'll get when you land.
Okay, granted, all the carts in this game look the same, but
Get extra air time
at least this is still a fun game.
off jumps using the R1 button.
I mean, just Transform to me doesn't really offer a whole lot, you know, in terms of gameplay. It feels really, really dull, and I don't know about that. Maybe the first one's better. I had the second one. I probably should have got the first one first. But I thought, you know, like, oh, a Sonic racing game? That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, it's fast and it looks good on the Wii U, but I don't even know, guys. I have no idea. Speaking of Wii U, there's a lot of things coming out this year that I'm looking to get, and they have, like, nothing that has to do with the Wii U. Well, I mean, there's one game. Well, okay, let me explain something. Xenoblade Chronicles, as you guys know, is a game that's an RPG that I'm pretty sure that we all know about exactly what it is now. That game, I don't know if people think that game's rare or something or what, but I never really saw it as a rare game. I mean, I always saw it in the stores, but I just never picked it up because I never was an RPG guy in the first place. That's what kind of turned me off away from that game, was I wasn't really big on RPGs, but now that I got back into playing RPGs again, well, I mean, I always played RPGs. I didn't play them, like, you know, 24/7 or anything, and they're not my favorite type of gaming. Neither is racing games. I really don't like racing games, and it's taken a lot for me to actually play Crash Team Racing 2. No, not Crash Team Racing 2, just this one. We'll get to those later in the future, if I ever get my hands on those. My brother actually had Tag Team Racing, and he said that was a really short game, which is kind of sad considering that Crash shouldn't be a short game at all. I mean, the first one should definitely be short. We'll just leave that one that way. But like the second, third one, they should be, you know, decently long. Oh, fuck! God damn it! Of course. Also, when you get hit, I think you actually, like, lose your Wumpa Fruit. Just wanted to admit, yeah, you can't shoot it behind you too. You just have to hold back, and then you can hold up to shoot in front of you or whatever. Oh, you can just hold nothing at all to shoot in front of you. But yeah, like, Xenoblade was never really something I wanted to get into back in the day, but then seeing it becoming kind of popular now, and just seeing how there's Let's Plays going on, it's really not, it really sucks for me to not be able to, you know, at least try it out. A good thing of it is it's coming to 3DS. The original is being ported to the 3DS, which is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Will I get that? I don't know, probably not, but, you know, you never know. The thing I'm really interested in, though, is the second one, Xenoblade X. That looks really, really, really good. Like, I mean, really good. And also another RPG I'm looking into is, like, Final Fantasy 15. I never was a Final Fantasy guy, and hopefully, I don't know if I ever will be. Not hopefully, that's kind of a rude thing to say. I mean, I don't know if I ever will be a Final Fantasy guy. Probably not, more than likely. Those are just way too RPG for my taste. Like, I like my RPGs where they don't act like the standard RPG, necessarily. You know, Mega Man Battle Network, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Paper Mario, anything that's actually technically an RPG but does something different than the standard RPG where you sit there and just hit buttons all day. And then you hope for the best. I like games that, interact with you while you play them too, and that's really awesome. What else was there? There was another RPGs. But yeah, Final Fantasy 15 does look pretty cool, admittedly. Then there's also like games like the PS4, such as Uncharted and Batman, and then there's like Tekken for PS3 I kind of want to look into, and then there's also Persona 5 coming out. Well, that's an RPG. Alright, Ripperoo, we'll take your challenge, but we'll do that next time. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I have, and I will see you all next time we play some more Crash Team Racing. Until then, take care, everybody.